Alright guys, welcome back to another stream. I think we are live once again. And today we're going to have something which was unplanned, but hope you guys will like it, because we have a Blitz match against none other than the legendary GM Vasyl Ivanchuk, who of course needs no introduction. So in the first game he's playing the King's Indian attack against me. Clearly the match is played with increment 3+2 is a time control. Yeah. Me against the legend Shuki, that's right, Ingo. I'm glad. And always happy to play against the legends. Okay, let me go h6, knight h7 to reinforce the defense of the king side. That's my favorite plan. It's my favorite plan in the King's Indian attack, the defensive plan with knight h7, bishop f8, and then trying to go for this. It's not always that great, but yeah. And hello Anjesh, you're also watching me probably losing this match. It's just started. I'm glad to donate some rating to the legend. Wow. Okay, let's go b4. I of course want to open things up here on the, what is it called, the queen side, and try to play as if it was a French. Now it's interesting to see, should I be afraid of this or not? Takes. I don't think I should be afraid of it just yet, so then let's go a5. So I don't have to waste a move in bishop f8. Rook e3. Okay, g5 is surely not good because of knight h6. But okay, I will just continue with my plan. If I manage to go a3, then I will destroy all this pawn chain. It will collapse. It will collapse quite quickly. But if he plays a3 himself, then there will be huge problems after knight a5, I think. Okay, this is unexpected. Vasyl wants a draw here. I mean, I don't want a draw. Okay, have a great position. Okay, maybe he needs to go somewhere or something. So. I mean, I don't know. But I will take. You sometimes fall asleep listening to my voice? It's not the first time people say that to me. Yeah, I suppose I will go here, trying to get rid of the bishop on b7 because it hits a wall of pawns. And yeah, maybe I should have done it in a bit different way. Now when he gets this, then now he's threatening take on c5 and take on b4. So I probably need to retreat. Still think I should be better, but probably there was a better way to play it. It's normally 3 AM here. Today is early, only 1 AM. That depends when I'm streaming. Okay, I have to go back. And now probably go queen b7, rook b6, or maybe knight a5, knight c4. If the knight can come to c4, I'll be happier than I am now. The knight on h7, I'm not sure how much I need it now, but the sacks are still in the air, so I probably do need it. I go rook b6, this is hanging. In d4, kind of tempting, but probably not the right choice. How do I play it then? Knight a5, queen c8, rook a8, takes. I kind of like. No, but wait, then he can take on a4. It's not blunder stuff. Still think that after knight c4 and taking on b2, I will achieve what I want. Yeah, and here I will go rook a8, not to allow him to go to the 8th rank. So now the queen's hanging and this is hanging, and they should be able to take, right? Another question is what to take with. Yeah, right. I mean, I do think I outplayed him in this game, but somehow I don't want to allow any of his pieces on the 8th rank, but I will have to allow one piece. Okay, take it. This is hanging. Yeah, knight d4. Am I supposed to play now? Probably bring the knight somewhere back. So I might take the bishop. The f8 square is defended from this knight on h7. You see how in the King's Indian attack the bishop, the knight on knight 7. It's such a good piece. At least a good defending piece. Maybe I should push h5 to get rid of that knight. Knight e7, king h8. I don't really see a problem with it. So then I will take the bishop and try to go rook a4 and take these pawns. Yeah. Fortunately, this is Vasyl likes increment as much as I do, so maybe I mixed the move order. Could have taken first and then went h5. Maybe that was better. Now there might be some knight h6 tricks. I'm not sure if they're any good though. I didn't see it. I should have seen it. Takes, f6 probably. Yeah, king f7, rook c7 check. Probably it's better than retreating the knight, so he does it. I suppose this because there is no... Actually, wait, if I make some other move, like rook a6, he goes knight e7, I go here, he takes, take. Maybe rook a1 and rook a2. Just to give the piece back and play for... give the piece back and just play for... the initiative, not the initiative, but just play for play it positionally. So take it, take it. Sorry, but he has rook g5. I didn't see that. That was very bad. Still, the knight on e7. Should have gone to e2 before. Should have gone to e2 immediately, then I would have rook e5, but of course the time trouble could cost me. Now h5 seems very uncomfortable. I want knight f3, but no, why did I do that? Now I blundered everything. Great, just great. He should take the... Oh, wait. No, it's still lost. Even here it's lost. Even here it's lost. So winning in that game. But okay. Let's see if he will play again. Hello. That was so winning for me. Yeah, now I turned on the stream for this one game, and yeah, no other games will happen. Knight c2. This was all probably quite good, and then what have I even done wrong? Yeah, knight f4 first, that's... And this was even good. So knight f2. Yeah, had I just not blundered this. Knight f3 is a draw. Okay, anyway. Yeah, Chucky gone. Doesn't want to beat you in front of your viewers. Yeah, but now I have to do something else and I didn't have anything planned. It's the same old story with me outplaying opponents and then losing. But okay. Shouldn't complain. Shouldn't complain considering how in 2018 I beat him in a classical game, being dead lost and outplayed. Okay, let's see. There are some people who want to play Pribless too. So wait. Let me change the stream title then so that it's not misleading. Yeah, I'm not happy about that bad game. Of course, c5 is the main theory here, but I don't want to play main theory because I'm no need for a player. So let's play some kind of a King's Indian attack. If Chucky can do it against me, so I can do the same against an FM. Okay, let's play c3 first, b5. What's this line now, considering he has h6 included with td, knight d? I have c3 included, he has h6. Who does that favor? I think it favors me, because now after b4 I can go c4. And if my pawn was still on c2, then I wouldn't be able to go c4. And the advantage of c4 is that I think now I can go knight b3 and d4 or bishop b3 to attack this pawn. It feels like the structure favors me, especially with the long diagonal also being here. I don't know if knight e5 is immediately very good. But let's say that it isn't. And just knight b3 seems very good. But okay, knight e5 takes probably knight d3, even though knight a8, rook e5. Yeah, I shouldn't even think about that. It's just make a normal move. Okay. Rook b8. So many tempting options now. Bishop e3 with d4, d4 immediately, bishop f4. Bishop f4 pins that knight. Bishop b3, he'll probably play knight a6. And then I go d4 probably. Maybe d4 immediately is smarter because if takes. Okay, let's play bishop e3 first. Just that this pawn comes under attack in the future. After knight a6, d4 takes. Maybe even with the bishop we can take. Or even with the knight and then knight b5. Somehow it feels like the most logical and the most natural developing move. Can even take this with the queen. Like if I take it with the queen, what's his move? If takes, I'm threatening bishop a7, I'm not sure how he defends that. Yeah, let's keep it simple. Why not? Why not? Yeah, I'm a bit, I won't say sad, but I'm sorry that I didn't get to play more games against Vasyl, but maybe in the future. Suppose I should take, like, even if I don't take, I'm not sure if I can place just rook d1. Also feels, he can't really defend that pawn. Yeah, why not? Don't have to rush things, I feel like, at least. Um, hmm. Yeah, I feel like this inclusion, I'm not that much of an expert, but this inclusion of h6 and c3, it feels that, okay, if I go for e5, then we go to the main line, but with td5, it really feels that the inclusion of those moves helped me. Okay, now there's also bishop g7 with this hanging. And then many things could collapse. Wait, there's bishop b7. No, there's bishop b7. Knight c5, I take bishop c5. No, this is very bad, I think. Bijan 2, bonjour. Huh. It feels like my opponent wasn't that familiar with the King's Indian attack structure. Okay, there should be so many good moves. What's with knight a5 then? d6. Bishop g7, king g7, rook d7, there is rook c7. Okay, I'm burning so much time and it's probably not needed. I should just take material and win the game. Okay, let's go here. Rook d6 might be next. Maybe I should have gone rook d6 instead of this bishop d4, but I didn't see it. Didn't see it then. Let's not mess up. Wait, I said no, let's not mess up, and then I messed up the next move. Okay, great. Today's one of those days when I keep losing winning positions. It feels. And hello to Metal Eagle. He takes. Yeah, I suppose today is going to be one of those days. I want to take here next move if I can. Of course, now he doesn't allow that. Stack the pawn and put the bishop here then. Now it's going to be a long grind instead of. Okay, let's just say that I'm deliberately making my job harder so that I can play an instructive endgame, and not because I'm just blundering like a lunatic. Let's go away from some of these lines. I don't believe what I managed to do. What I managed to do in this game. This is not instructive. This is not instructive. But okay, the rapid from yesterday was instructive. Objectively, now the position is drawn, but let's make sure the opponent deserves a draw. Let's try to go in with the king. He will, of course, just keep on waiting. Okay, then let's go to d8. Now he can't wait, at least not yet. Am I getting somewhere? Probably not. Yeah, I don't think I can get anywhere here. It's too dead of a draw. Yeah, I don't even have a plan to break through, that's the problem. How did I not win that? Any advice on calculation which made me better? On my YouTube there is my 5 rules of calculation 5 rules of calculation stream. Yeah, this is sad. This is sad. Not winning these kinds of positions. Yeah, rook d6 immediately didn't see, and then I didn't see bishop a4 in one move. I can play whatever I want. I can play a5, knight c5. Okay, knight c5 maybe not because of take 6 and bishop f3. Yeah, rook. Had I seen rook a4, it's also game over, but he already had 7 seconds. So thus far, out of 2 winning positions, I scored exactly half a point. Lovely. Okay, you will watch that? Yeah, I mean, I actually put the YouTube command after yesterday. There is a command. Yeah, I can get increment games, at least I hope so, in Chester.com. But I don't want to play with no increment. Even here I'm losing. Even here I'm losing positions which are completely winning because of either my stupidity or time scramble. But with no increment it would be much worse. Do I like chess 960? Of course I like chess 960. Have to think from move 1. Can't lose on theory. Maybe I'll have to wait for another game on 3+2, but what to do? You prefer 5+0 over 3+2? I don't. I would lose even the second game if it was no increment, no matter that I completely outplayed the opponent. Okay, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to do. If I play no increment, it will be a disaster. But if I Okay, what to do, guys? Tell me in the chat. Puzzles, no increment games, wait for increment games, something else. I'd like some feedback. I don't feel like ending the stream after 2 games. You're good at no increment? Is that a joke? I suck at no increment. Make an arena? Yeah, I haven't really been playing against the viewers or doing things like that. So try no increment. I mean, basically I quit no increment chess. Don't want to play it anymore, but yeah. The problem with making arenas and stuff, it usually don't have many viewers, and then it would also be, even though I've never been doing it, it hasn't been part of this channel. The problem is that there are not many viewers. Also, it would basically be five people maybe playing against themselves. You like to see or hear my thought process, so games or puzzles are fine. Okay, I'll leave the quiz for 3+2 here, and let's solve puzzles. Of course, the chat recommendations are welcome. So the first thing we ask ourselves, what would our opponent play? They would take on f3. Secondly, let's find candidate moves. Rook g1 surely takes on f6. Bishop b4 maybe. Other than that, don't really see them. So let's start calculating candidate moves one by one. If we take on f6, queen f3 check, king g1, queen f3 check, king g1. Queen to f6 probably, check, king f7. They don't see what we have achieved, if we achieved anything at all. Next move, rook g1 takes, rook g2 only move. Now the threat is devastating. Takes here. Only move should be rook e7. Because there's also knight e8, but then queen e6 and bishop e4. At least is a problem. Okay, wait. Let me change the title. This is the third time I'm changing title in the past hour, but what to do? Wait, what did you say? Bishop f6, queen h7 looks intuitive. Yeah, I mean, bishop f6, the problem is that he doesn't have to recapture. Even if he recaptures, it's probably fine, but he can recapture with the queen f3, queen f6. So yeah, where was I? Rook g2, only move rook f7. Is there a clever move now? Probably bishop f6 is possible. And then if rook takes f6, queen g7 is checkmate. If queen f6, then you can go here, king e7, and then take the rook. And that looks winning. So rook f7 first, I don't think it changes anything. If bishop f6 takes here, should also be fine. That looks winning, but let's see the last candidate move which I considered. That was bishop e4, knight e4, fe. And then he would probably play something like queen d7 or move like that. Rook g1, but this is defended and there is no real attack. So rook g1 feels like the correct move. Rook f7, and now we won't make moves too quickly, but bishop f6 was the idea, and it feels like the best move. Yeah, nothing else as far as I can see. Queen h6, there is queen g2 takes and gh, and now we go for this. And puzzle solved. Let's go for the next one. Games have not been found. Okay, h2. Our opponent, if it was their move, they would promote h1 queen. So our options are either to stop it with rook h7, by far the most logical one. Second option is maybe b7 h1. Okay, I got a game, but my opponent doesn't want to play anymore. Unsurprisingly. Anyway, rook h7. Yeah, because b7, h1 queen, b8 queen, now it's black's move and they will start giving millions of checks. King is very exposed, so it's highly unlikely that's good. This feels like the first move by process of elimination. Even though I haven't calculated a lot, feels like I have to do it. Okay, so now I'm a bit stuck because I got another game, and I'm not sure what to do. But okay, let's play Blitz then. Let's play Blitz then for those two. I'm a bit going from one thing to another, but today is it's that kind of day. Anyway, I won't be streaming for long, so I can mix things up today. Let's go now for knight d7 and d5 here. The king's in the end. You're at 3300, lol. Yeah, I've lost quite a bit of rating in puzzles recently because I haven't. I was solving when I was traveling and stuff like that and doing it quickly. So my 3900 is long gone. Okay, rook b1. Maybe I should change the title again. So wait, rook b1, there is c6 and there is a5. Let's go for c6 this game. I think that title Tuesday, I think Lazarik played this against me. This stuff with rook b1, b4. But he didn't play b4, I think. He played bishop b3, and then I played something. He played queen d2 and there, and then I blundered that knight c6, but okay. So knight b3 now. How do I deal with this? Does the normal knight g5 plan make sense here? Attacking h3, because if my opponent goes g4, h4, sorry, can I go knight h3, king f1? I'm not that convinced. Wait, maybe it does work. h4, knight h3, taking is good. Otherwise I take f2, so he has to go here. I take, go knight g4 and take this. That actually looks good. Can he do something else? Bishop g5 I'm always happy to see. King h2 might be best, but then at least knight g4, hg, bishop c3 should be... Like, I feel like I achieved something. But okay, we will see. It won't be the first time I was wrong. I think knight g4. Other moves, do they make sense? Some bishop e6. It kind of makes sense to go for that too, but then maybe h4, knight g4, king g1. Knight g4, hg, bishop c3. Rook f1. Bishop g7 back. I don't know. Yeah, they're tough to play for me too. Have less space and you need to be extremely careful. The engine holds these setups, but it's very hard in a human game. I've lost several games in Title Tuesdays in this line. Exchange kings in the end when black plays ed4. I mean, a bit similar, I suppose. Yeah, I burned quite a lot of time, but fortunately there's increment. Okay, let's change the title to this. Now I won't have to change it anymore. Yeah, my opponent's playing it in a very ambitious way. Okay. I will take stuff. No matter queen c3, then I will go f6. Can't take it, but what to do? I have to give him some counterplay, considering I took an exchange on the pawn. I don't know what the position is like objectively. If I'd have to guess, I'd say I'm much better or winning, but who knows? Maybe he has some counterplay which I'm not aware of. Q1 logical moves preventing knight e4 and trying to go f4. Okay, let's play knight h7, just protect stuff. He'll play f4 next move anyway. Probably. Necessarily, but just not to allow queen f6. c5. Yeah, that one I should probably take. Queen c4 check is nothing special, and here knight c5. Okay, the knight is in a bear square. Okay, wait, why is this good? Can't I take this? Queen b3, bishop b6, or queen c4, bishop b6, 96, b6. Yeah. This does feel like a winning. And yeah, now I'm an exchange up. Now it's a clean exchange. Go here, I suppose, and then I think bishop c8 to protect both b7 and c6. Had I gone b6, then this would be hanging. So yeah, I do feel like I'm winning here. Let's try to go knight d7 now, in order to exchange some of the pieces. There is knight d6 now. I didn't forget about it. It's actually curious. Maybe I can take this, but probably it's smarter. To just move away the rook. Feels like I'm screwing up things again. It's amazing how many positions I've screwed up today. Really, really unbelievable, I have to say. I also don't know why I made that last move. And in the end, it's basically the same old story of me losing winning positions. It's starting to get sad. Starting to get very sad. Not gonna lie. Yeah, Blitz is not for me. Blitz is definitely not for me. I think. Wait, now there are two things hanging. But yeah, Blitz is not for me. That's very, very clear. What a horrible game. The accuracy of this game is probably going to be lower than 70. I don't know if this one is objectively winning or not with best play, but I will surely press on. Press on. Yeah, f5 runs into this stuff. Surprisingly, there is no win here, as far as I can see. Let's go here. Now knight g3 is a problem. I'm not sure how he deals with it. With g4. I don't think that's going to save the game. Yeah, now it's completely winning, just a matter of not bringing the king forward. What a horrible game. Should probably apologize to my opponent for winning this, but okay, considering how those two games went, against Ivanchuk and Hulka, what can you say? Blitz is tough, that's why I like playing no increments, so I can make up for my bad play with the clock. I mean, people usually prefer no increments, I much prefer increments. I'll have to also check out theory here after rook b1, c6, b4. So yeah, knight g5, that's probably... Rook e5. Are you serious? Okay, rook e5 I would never consider. Never. Queen d7. Okay, queen d7 maybe makes sense with this, but even queen d7, what happens after h4, knight g4, king g8? And yeah, then bishop c3, sorry. But what's, like, rook e5? What's with rook e5? Knight h3? Yeah, the engines today are really something else. Yeah, bishop b2 is probably overambitious. Bishop d2 is normal. Probably white's better there. What did I do wrong here? What did I screw up? Queen e5. Ah, yeah, of course. Here when I allowed this, I should go to d8. I don't know why I didn't go to d8. And here when I allowed this bishop h3. I really didn't know what to play. c5 was of course dumb, that's just panic. And yeah, then I got extremely fortunate here with this knight a6, knight c4 thing. This is probably holdable, but the knights are tricky in Blitz, and yeah. Really bad. That's really bad. Okay, so this is why I have chess.com chat disabled, because very often when you play against people, you get either insulted or something else, and yeah, for like 4 years I basically have chess.com and Lichess chat. And Lichess chat disabled. How is a GM getting mad about losing an online Blitz game? I mean, there's nothing wrong with getting mad about it, but why would you publicly insult someone? Okay, like, okay, first he was lost, then I was lost, and then he blundered. So what? But yeah. What can you do? Of course, I will ban that player from my chat, as I already have, because we're not here to. They're like, it's not even their point to play chess. Their point is to be probably to insult people or something else. Don't really. There is 0 point to that. Why would they even accept the challenge from me? Yeah, okay, see you, Ivanchuk. It's very late in Australia. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I will get another opponent. If not, then I should get back to puzzles. I suppose I will do. Okay, I'm solving this puzzle for like 16 minutes already because of that game. So, king d5. If we take here, then probably this is a problem because then he gets in the blockade, gets in this blockade with the king. So there are candidate moves there surely takes. Okay, checks you need to look at. b7 definitely. And king moves also. With king a5 I would quickly discard because of rook a3. King b5. I mean rook b3 and then rook a3. So the king moves aren't that good. b7. Only move seems like rook g8. I take this, but then king c6 again, with rook b8 and 6. And what's with this stuff first? Here, rook h6 check, king there. Again, nothing. Why am I missing in this puzzle? Chat, help me. Here, rook b8, maybe then king b5. Is that what I'm missing? Yeah, probably it is. b7, rook b8, king b5. Rook g8, sorry, king b5. Should be. King b5. What's the difference with king a5 also? I'm quite curious. I don't really understand. b5. King b5 looks so normal. You can't push a4, but you don't want to push a4. You want to go with the king forward, same as here. Some rook g7, but then you take h1. No, but here I can promote to the queen and then go queen g8. Okay. I mean, I'm confused, but this looks like the right move. And what's wrong with king a5? Okay, I did see this, but now what? I did see even this, but several moves felt okay. What's with this? Would be free? Okay, makes sense. Not to allow the king closer. It does allow king c6, yeah, of course. Where do you go with the king here? Our threat is, of course, queen f1 and knight f3 checkmate. And clearly we can't go on any of the light squares because there will be a check and takes the queen. So the only moves are on the dark squares, which are possible. Running as far away as possible seems logical. If I go to a5, there are two possibilities, this or this. All the other moves make no sense. So king a5, queen e5, king a4, bishop d7 feels like the only check, king b3, queen d5 somewhere, but we will, king b2 then, we will escape to either a1 or somewhere. Because if we go down, we can't really escape the perpetual, and here also, I think we have to go this route. So if queen d8, I think by process of elimination it's possible to solve this one. Bishop d7, yeah, we just need to escape there. All the other moves make no sense, I think. We go forward. And okay, now considering that our opponent he's doing this. Okay. Oh, wait, Vasyl came for a rematch. Yeah, I'm trying to get a game of Blitz. Let's see. Vasyl came for a rematch. In my eyes, the strongest player who has never become the world champion. As I've said already. Yeah, okay, let's go bishop d3. And there is that queen g4 line, but okay, I want to keep it positional now. I've already played one game against him where he sacrificed some bishop h7, some blitz game. But this time I'm not gonna do that. This time I'm going to play more slowly with rook c1, queen here, and try to go for knight for knight c5. Okay, f6, extremely logical. If you remember that Title Tuesday game I had against Malahov, he played in a very similar way. So e5 now might be an option, but after e5, go e4 also. Bishop e8 is another idea, trying to go bishop h5. And now, okay, bishop g6 is also an idea. Now I might, considering this knight now can't go to e5 anymore, maybe I should reroute it to c5. I kind of like that, and even though he will get in bishop g6 and be able to trade this off, still it feels I will have some grip with knight c5 or maybe queen a6, knight b5. Let me just see how to do it in the best possible way. Now the knight in b3 is stupid. That's a problem. Knight b4 might be a bit annoying. Can I actually slow play it with a3, rook c1, rook c2, rook c1? Yeah, I kind of like this, just slow playing it. Let's see where it leads us. The advantage of my structure against his is that he can't double the rooks, really, because of knight b5. So I can at least pretend I have something. Okay, so now I can go queen a6, try to take control of some of these squares. Does that make sense? Queen a6, queen b7, take, knight b5, trying to go knight c7, rook c2, rook c2, rook c8. Feels like he's into him. This knight in b3 is my worst placed piece. I need to do something about it. But if I'm slow, he'll get in everything in time. Some e4. I mean, maybe moves like e4, but I wouldn't play it if I don't have to. Okay, let's go queen a6. I'm not convinced. Yeah, of course it's cool to see legends play on chess.com. Similar with Kramnik, with Ivanchuk. Hello, can you play 1 versus 1 after this game? No, sorry, I'm currently playing against one of the strongest players who has ever played. Hoping to get more games against him. Okay, I have to take. I mean, I don't have to take, I can go back, but that's where it came from. Now knight d5 unfortunately doesn't work because he can take with a pawn. Knight b5. I mean, yeah. If I can get in knight c7, that would be nice. Let me see if I can get it. Can I get rook c7 or knight c7? Rook c7 takes 6, king f7. Feels like I have absolutely nothing. Knight c7, knight d6 probably, rook c3. Then this is hanging, king f7 again. And I again didn't achieve anything. Okay, let's make a dumb looking move then. Knight a1, because my knight in b3 is extremely dumb, so I just want to threaten knight a7 and improve the position of my own knight. And also after a6 I can go knight c7 and then both e6 and a6 will be hanging. No, I don't think there will be a chance to play against me. First of all, the stream is not going to be long, and secondly, I didn't plan to play against the viewers or anything similar. Okay, let's try to bring the king closer. Again, time trouble is the problem. Maybe on one of the future streams I will be playing against the viewers. Even though I've said it several times and that stream hasn't happened yet, but maybe in the future. Let me just focus now on trying to survive here with 8 seconds on the clock. Position is objectively dead drawn, but I'm pretty sure you remember how Carlsen beat Kishmatulin in the World Rapid or Blitz, I'm not sure. In this exact same endgame. It's very hard to achieve something in the Slav exchange, especially against such strong players. I mean, I'm unsure about e4, so let's bring the knight to c3 first. Okay, I will agree to a draw. Yeah, in Blitz they're never a dead draw, but Vasyl offers a draw. I mean, when you play the Slav exchange, it's clear that you play for some minimal advantage. But in this case, I got achieved absolutely nothing there. But yeah, I mean, it's the line which you're supposed to play against this, if I remember correctly, is to go with the queen g4 line somewhere here. Queen g4 to provoke either g6 or king f8. There are some games, but I didn't want to play it in this game, just for several reasons. Firstly, so that if people prepare against my online games, they can't see it, and secondly, I wanted to play a bit more positional. But I don't think I ever had even a small chance for some advantage. It looked nice here with those a6 and b5 squares, but subjectively it's absolutely nothing, unfortunately. Even black might be preferable if he's able to put the knight on c4 sooner or later, but so very, very level. Yeah. That was a very boring, not boring, but then not too much happened in the game. With black I had an amazing chance there, but yeah, I screwed it up. What was accuracy? Probably extremely high, but considering how the game went, 97.3, 97.5. And yeah, of course, compared to the other games, the first one against Ivanchuk, 87, 83. Of course, you shouldn't take all of these numbers. They depend on many factors. You shouldn't just take them as something, but they can give you a clue. Okay, what was I doing with this puzzle? The pawn played d5, so now the problem is with this check that he can go queen g2, which of course I didn't see. If we go knight e2, then he can probably play queen g2, knight g1, king h2, and probably no harm done. I go knight f3 first, trying to go here. Can he checkmate me somewhere? b6, king b2. If I go to a1, from where is he going to give me a check? After knight f3. I don't see a square from which he can give me a check. Maybe c3 or c1, but he can't give me a check on the c file before that. As far as I see, now I go to a2 and a1. And yeah, exactly. Do you ever get fed up with chess? Of course, very often. Very often. Then I do something else. Oh, by the way, why is my camera so dark? This should be better now. Oh, and I forgot that in puzzles you don't really see this. And Chicken Crossroad 1 is raiding with a party of 3. Thank you very much to Chicken Crossroad. I hope you had a nice stream. Welcome everyone. We're solving some puzzles and parallelly playing 3+2 Blitz. If we get a game on chess.com. Okay. Let's go for the next one. Here we're in exchange down. Yeah, exchange down, but we have this extremely dangerous passed pawn in h2. What would our opponent play if it was their turn? Maybe queen d5 check. Or defend c2 pawn somehow. What are our candidate moves? Queen c2, and other than that, I don't really see something else that makes sense. Knight g4, he just takes. I think queen c2 we can play by process of elimination. All the other moves make absolutely no sense. King e1, and now we need to make a choice. So candidate moves. Knight d3 is surely one, but then there is rook d3, queen d3, queen h5, followed by queen h2. Can't say I'm too thrilled with that. So queen g2 is probably smarter, trying to take the pawn and take the knight on g3. How does he deal with it? Rook d7. If queen d5... Huh. Okay, let's see. Queen d5? We go king g6, queen e4 is a problem. We go to e7, queen d6, check. No, if we go to e7, there is also knight f5. Don't want to bring another piece from my opponent into the attack. So probably I should go to e8. Oh, sorry, to f8. To f8. Then queen e8, check. King e7, knight f5. But then I have king e6. Rook d6, king f5, queen e4, king g5, f4. No good. Great. Why am I missing? Am I supposed to promote h1 first and then take on g2 so that after queen d5 there are no more these knight f5 ideas? h1, knight h1, queen g2, knight f3 is a threat. Then rook d7, knight d7, queen d5. Hard to believe. Hard to believe it makes sense. And hello to Sir Chess a lot. Maybe I'm doing it in a completely wrong way. I checked these two candidate moves, but I didn't. These three, but I didn't check this candidate move. Knight c5, stopping both this and rook d7 threats. And if he gives one of these two checks, I can go to g6 and he has no further checks. And if he does anything else, knight d3 followed by this looks deadly. This feels like the right move. So if you remember the five rules of calculation, the reason why I didn't see it at first was breaking rule 2, find all possible candidate moves, which I didn't find. Didn't find this one. So probably it's actually relatively easy. After knight c5 I don't see a move. Yeah. Did we get some game? No, probably not. And hello to Chess Riddle. Nice work. Yeah, okay. I mean, my puzzles rating is extremely low. It's if I had my peak of 39, 50 or whatever it was, then the puzzles would be also a bit harder. But what to do? Okay. Of course, rule number 1, what would our opponent play? This. Rule number 2, let's find all possible candidate moves. Starting with checks, captures, attacks on high valid pieces. All of these moves are not really great. So checks. This check and this check seem to be the only two candidate moves as far as I can see. Rook d8 you can briefly consider, but it's just a retreating move, and probably after rook e7 the threat will be this. Oh, sorry. Yeah, the camera I didn't fix it. It's different because when I'm playing, then the board is in a different way, and considering I'm switching between puzzles and playing today, I forgot that you can't do it. You can't see it. So the problem with this is I think king e4, and then the rook is hanging, and even if I go some rook a3, even some king d5 or somewhere with rook e8 seems to be a problem. This move seems like the most logical by far. If it goes rook e4, we can for sure either promote immediately or take and promote. So king e5 feels like the only, or actually there is also knight d4, but if knight d4, that's at least we achieved something. We will probably have at least a perpetual. But king e5, that's the first move we look at, but now at least the checkmate threat is not existent anymore. And for example, if the king comes to e5, we go here. Now there are two threats. The first one is to take the rook, and the second one is to promote with a check. So he's not in time with, for example, knight e7, a1, knight g6 checkmate, because it's a check. So I'm pretty sure this is the rook b4 is the first move. A camera on the bottom right might be best. Yeah, it might be best. That's where it was. People like this setup better. People like this setup better before, and then I changed it to this. But okay, we will. That's debatable, of course. So yeah, I think I will give this check. So now knight by process of elimination, this is possible. To understand that it's only this move makes sense. So now after knight d4, of course, only two candidate moves, takes with both rooks. Yeah, how do we play it? If it takes here, then he can maybe bring the king forward. This is still a threat. Now this is not so easy with candidate moves because there are tons of things to calculate. If he goes to e5, then I think it's the same thing with this, because I'm threatening to take with that check. So he has to go to f5. And then what do I do? Maybe I go rook d5, but then king g6. And then if rook g5, king h6. I don't see what we have achieved. Maybe the right way is to take with this rook. If king e5, I have rook d1 again. That's not a problem. If king f5, then I can go here. Now the difference is if king g6, I can go rook g4, king h6, rook f6, but then rook g6. Takes, check, king g5, rook a3. And that seems winning. And if king e6, well, then I can give some rook e3 or rook e4 check and promote. It also seems right. I think this is the way, but sack it all and promote looks like a plan with checks on e-file. Yeah, but if I take here, then he will go here. Maybe I'm missing something in that line. Go rook e4, and then he can go maybe rook a1 or something, or even rook g1, because he's threatening also this. This feels better, but maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just dumb. Okay, let's see. As far as I've calculated, this is better. And yeah, now I've calculated rook e3 and a1. So why was it better? Because had we taken with this rook, king f5, what are you going to do now? This is a threat. Rook e4, as you mentioned, maybe rook g1, threatening this stuff. And now I can, like, there can be checks, but even king f7 is a possibility. And had I gone, okay, for example, here king g6, this, I mean, what can I do? Yeah, it was a matter of concrete calculation, not for instinct. Hello to Bone. Chasing back to infile and trade was the idea. The idea was rook f4 first in this line. So, wait, rook f4 check first here. Rook f4 check, king g6. Yeah, I had to beat the rook, but the problem is now we don't have anything after king g6. What this idea with king this is basically prophylactic thinking. I see my opponent's idea of going with the king here, and I understand that here after takes rook f6, rook g6. If you remember, I mean I planned this one with rook a4. Even though I said rook a3, now I remember that I said it wrongly, but and then I won queen because this is surely dead lost. And if he goes with the king back, then I can go here and promote. So it was a bit harder puzzle. Even the puzzle rating suggests that too. But yeah, do you have more rapid games planned? Actually, as a matter of fact, tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. my time, I will play again the rapid training match, and I will probably stream it. So I do have them planned. Yeah, it was a great calculation, but calculation is supposed to be my biggest strength in chess. Professional chess is not something I'm good at. Okay, new puzzle. Other than cd4, considering our queen is hanging, I think by process of elimination, this has to be the first move. Material is equal. Yeah, I don't see what else to play. It's a double check, so he has to move the king. If he takes, this is checkmate. If he goes to b4, check. So it also looks like a disaster. If king b2, take king a1, that's probably best for him. Because then my c8 rook is hanging. But still, I can even go some rook a8 and then d3. It seems more likely. But okay, let's start with the fact that this is the only move which makes any sense. Yeah, Sakumi Kimiko, double check here. And now, other than queen d2, again, I don't see any other reasonable move. Maybe I should, because this also exists first, but due to the fact that this is checkmate. But if he takes with the rook, then again, I mean, it could make sense, but even king takes he can do, and then the queen is hanging, and I'm not in time with rook c8 because it hangs. So I think we can play queen d2 by process of elimination too, and then after king a1 we have several moves to think about. The most logical one is rook a8, and then take here, and because we're not material down, we also need to notice that we're not material down. We need to also check bishop d3 as a candidate move, but after takes queen c8, yeah. Okay, I will not play against this player anymore, even though I got a game. King a1. Let's go back to the puzzle. Here, yeah, queen d6 feels like the only move which saves the material for now. D3, I mean, the position looks winning to me. But it also looks winning to me after other moves, for example, after takes on C1 and then D3. What's the... Why is it not... why is there... why are there more solutions? Can I try get the game again? It cancelled? No, I mean, I aborted the game because I don't want to play opponents who are toxic in the chat afterwards. In the Twitch chat. Ah, Rook 8, Queen B7. Yeah, thank you, Pazetta, for recommending that. I didn't see that at first. Rook 8, Queen B7. Could be a very interesting idea, because then I can't take d to a checkmate threat. That was something I didn't spot at first. Queen B7, then I would have to waste a move. Because if I take D3, Queen F7, King H8... I mean, honestly, even that looks quite good. But okay, maybe there is Rook C7 then, because after Queen D4, which I planned, there is Bishop B2, but then Rook A2, King A2, Rook A8. It's again checkmate. Okay, harder puzzles. Oh, sorry, harder puzzles now. After Rook 8, maybe Queen A5? You mean Queen B5, maybe? To hit the Rook? Yeah, maybe that too. You don't think Rook C1, you think it's Rook A8 like everyone else. D3 also isn't bad. Well, D3 is bad, because he will take this. This is hanging twice. We can't really do whatever we want. Have to make some logical move. Actually, the more I look at it, the more I like Rook C1. Because if Rook C1, D3, that has to be a dead lost position. So Rook C1... No, wait, maybe it doesn't have to be a dead lost position because of Rook C8. Yeah, I'm also breaking my rules of calculation. It says never... one of the rules says never ever end the calculation too quickly. Queen D4. Ah, Rook 8, Queen D6, and then Queen A5. Ha. Yes. Queen B7. Maybe against all of this. But how about this? Rook A8, Queen B7, Rook F8. It's extremely primitive. No, but then Rook F7 comes. Okay, what if... Okay, let's defend it in some different ways. So Bishop G6, doesn't matter, just that it's defended. This is still under attack. And how does he continue posing me problems? Bishop B2 or what? Or something? Yeah, this is hard for me to understand, for example, what's... Under calculation or misevaluation of the pile position has lost me games. Yeah, of course. Nobody knows that better than me. Rook C1 does look more appealing. Is Rook F7 a move? Depends against what. Rook C2 is also a move. Threatening, making a threat, but then takes. And makes no sense. I mean, I would go... I think that I should keep the rooks on the board, because the rook will also here be in the attack. This is what my instinct tells me the right move is. But trusting your instinct, that's what usually gets me into trouble in classical games. Yeah, okay, Rook C1, Rook C1, that's true. If I go for this, but then what? Because if I take here, rook c8. If queen some check on the first rank, bishop c1. I don't like it because I don't see what to do. Okay, let's see if I trust my instinct, what's going to happen. It will just end the puzzle. Let's see. So, rook c1, rook c1. If we take here, even queen c8. This one I didn't even see, but rook c8 is surely enough for some draw. Because I can't really get rid of this. Okay, it's better to mouse slip 10 times here than in actual games. It's very hard to believe that he will not, even if he picks up the e3 pawn like this, it's very hard to believe I can win it. Even though maybe queen c2, but... Okay, never mind, there is even queen c8 here, which I didn't see at all. Yeah, rook a8. So now, apparently there are more moves, like f6. I wanted rook f8 at first, but then there is this rook f7. But then I realized, for example, I would have played bishop g6 after queen b7. This is what I calculated. And just play the position. Now there is no more attacks, and there are two threats. So it should be winning. And considering there are more than one winning move against everything, d3, queen a5, the chess.com ends the puzzle there. So, yeah, that's it. It's definitely rook 8, yeah. Go GM instinct. Yeah, after queen b7 there is no real combination. Rook 8 with queen a5 does work. This does work, if queen d6. If queen b7, then also it actually works. And, yeah, because there are more winning moves than one, chess.com just ends this. It just says, okay, you solved the puzzle after rook 8. That was the last critical move to find, because this is the move which wins, and all the other moves don't win. And yeah, that's what it is. Even being able to calculate here got work to do. Bishop g6 being end of puzzle makes more sense. Yeah, but bishop g6 is not the only move, that's the problem. So several moves which win the game. Okay, here we are a full piece down, and if we let our opponent go king g6, we can probably resign. So, considering candidate moves, this is the only one which makes sense to me. Other ones I don't even see. I'm pretty sure you can play it by instinct, not by instinct, but by process of elimination. Check king g6, and then there are more moves probably to consider. Rook e6, king h5 is one. Then maybe rook f6. Then there is queen h7. But okay, with process of elimination, you can understand this is the first move. Yeah, rook a8 wins because you see everything after. But someone fails puzzle by playing f8. Okay, little inconclusive stopping the puzzle there, but yeah, okay. Yeah, of course you have to analyze everything over the board. You will have to. You can't really just make a move in 1 minute and hope that it's fine. Even if it's fine here over the board, it won't work. Okay, so now there are some suggestions in the chat. All of those are I'm going to cover. Yeah, I always finish the chat. So the first move I mentioned was this one. Rook e6. It's more logic. It's the most logical one. The first that comes to mind with a check. King h5. The other moves are of course rook e5 and queen c7, which have been mentioned by the chat. I'll analyze all of them. First, rook e6. First, we'll look at checks. King h5 only move, otherwise we are winning. And now the problem is that I don't really see a good way of continuing the attack. Because if I go rook f6, then I think, because queen f7 is now a threat, so I think queen h7 would hold everything together here. And if queen e6 trying to go queen g4, there is some bishop c8 covering that. And then queen g4, bishop g4, hg, king h4, and it's probably Nothing. As far as I can see. If rook e5 after that, then queen g6. Again, I don't see a good move. So rook e6 doesn't look all that great for now. Yeah, okay, if rook e6 here, g4, that would be nice if there wasn't for this nasty en passant move. F takes g3, and I don't see what to do after that. Pretty sure rook e6 is wrong, also. This doesn't look all that great. Let's look at the other ones. Queen c7, you said, and rook e5, you said. Rook e5 is the more forcing one, so we look at that one first. Why is it more forcing? Because it attacks a high valued piece. So, rook e5. If he moves the queen somewhere, if he moves it to some square, there will be rook g5 with a probable disaster. If he moves it to f6, there is rook e6. If he moves it to f7, rook g5, and we take it. So moving the queen is probably not an option. Queen f8 maybe looks best, but then even queen g5, that should be lost somehow, even though I need to be careful because I haven't calculated the win entirely. But what happens if rook h7 is played? Then we can take queen h7, king h7, rook f5. Okay, that is lost. So yeah. Is there any alternative move for black which I'm missing? Yeah, of course, rook e5, queen f6, rook e6, then we take the queen, that's immediately lost. That's not even a consideration. Yeah, queen f8 feels like the most resilient. Let's quickly... This looks extremely promising, rook e5, but let's see the last candidate move. Takes here. Then probably rook h7 is a problem, because the bishop is defended, and yeah, we can't really infiltrate with the rook. And our queen is under attack, so queen d6, king h5, and at least it's a worse version than it was before. So I think rook e5, by process of elimination, has to be the move. And okay, chess.com makes it a bit easier for me answering this. I will still check in this queen f8 line, but yeah, both moves are winning. That's why chess.com doesn't do it. But yeah, it's winning in 10 different ways. With rook g5. Okay, rook e6 is very nice, unstoppable mate, but even moves like queen h4, and this will lead us into a completely winning endgame because we'll sooner or later take the queen. Okay. You just realized you stopped calculating at a trapped queen, lazy you. Yeah, I shouldn't. We should see what's going on. Yeah, I mean, you should take your time if you have time. It depends how much time you have in a classical game, but it's usually good to understand everything, what's happening. Plus 100, it's laughable. Okay, here we don't have to think about the first move, and about the second move we definitely have to think. So, what are our options? Obviously b4, c4, d4, king e5. Those are the candidate moves. Let's analyze them one at a time. If we go b4, he will take it. And then if we take here, he has the outside passer. Pretty sure we can eliminate that quickly. If takes and d4, same thing. Takes and c4, then he will take here, here, and he's in time to catch the pawn. So I'm pretty sure b4 can be eliminated. c4, let's go here. Takes. If we take with the if we take with the d pawn, king f4, and I'm not good with making errors. King f4, b4, takes c3. He's in time again. So dc is bad. And if we after dc king f4, if we go with the king, he will just come here, and we can't forget about this pawn. If this, then it's even worse. The king is very close. So the alternative is d4. The point being d takes, then we can go b4, and then the king is too far away. And that is winning. After takes and d4, can our opponent do something else? They can play king f3. Then if we go d3, he can take, and if we take dc3, he can go here, b4, and catch our 2 pawns. And considering he has these 2 pawns, my king can't hold them both, because they're extremely far away from each other. So c4 also doesn't look that great after bc4. Wait, c4 and d4, I don't think that's their solution. But maybe I'm missing something. I don't think it's c4 and then d4. But we'll come to that later. We can't just jump those pawns, unfortunately. d4. Okay, so considering that c4 takes and d4 doesn't seem to give good results after king f4. As far as I can see, okay, we can take and make a draw, but we don't want to draw, we want to win. King e5, well then we're just giving him time to come closer with the king. That should be quite bad. And d4 is the last candidate move, which seems, which we can check. Let's see. If takes, then we can go c4. And then if takes b4, and then we got the right to the right position in a different move order. If b4, then we're in time. If he plays c4 here, then I think we can take or play b4, take and go king e5, king f3, king f5, and then probably we can win this pawn. At least I think so. Because when you have a protected passed pawn, that's better than the outside passed pawn, because the outside passed pawn can be taken and the protected passed pawn can't be taken. Yeah, king e5 and then c4, but king e5 he goes king f3. And then if c4 he takes again. d4, cb5, he's still in time. His king is too close. I think d4, c4, and then take, and then we try to take the outside passed pawn. Maybe it's going to be important also to play b4, to leave more pawns on the board. Because at some of the lines, when he, for example, pushes h4, king g6, h5, king h6, or something like that happens, then we push d3, he goes for this pawn, king e3, king g3, here king f3, then it might be important that the pawn is here, so that we have more weaknesses to worry about. But okay, d4 seems like the right move to me. And yeah, it's going to come to that. To understand which one is better and why. If takes, then we got a tempo, so that's maybe more attractive at first. But king e5, if h4, king e4, then we're probably winning, because if h5, d3, h6, d2, h7, this is a check. And if h4, king e4, h5, d3, king g3, we're faster. But he can go king f3, king f5, then h4. Then I have to go back to e5. And it does look winning also. To me at least. If we go b4, then maybe we're too slow. h4, then now king e5 is a problem. Now we're too slow. So if b4, h4, then we would have to go king g6. But then okay, maybe not h5, king h6, king h4 would be winning for us. So maybe king f4 is a problem. Because if we go d3, he's in time to take it. And king f4, king h5, king g3, d3, king f3, takes, king here, takes, king f3, king d2, king f2, king back, then these pawns are going to fall also. So I think it's important that we have this king e5. Yeah, this is a bit harder. Yeah, BC takes, so h4 is losing. h4 is losing, and king f3, king f5, h4. I think now we go king e5 back, because king g4 again loses to king e4. And yeah, h4 here. Otherwise we go king f4, king e4. And if h5, we go king f5 and we collect the pawn. I think it's this. That this is important. And now king e5, because if I don't go to e5, then he gets in this, king g4, king h6, king f4, and now king h5 here, and then this is going to be a draw because there are no more these two pawns. So I think king e5. That was a harder puzzle, yeah. So it's puzzle rating 3600. But okay, I mean, you can get everything right sooner or later if you spend enough time. But very often in over the board games you don't have enough time. Then you have to play for instinct. Usually you can get everything right with calculation. Great stuff, thanks again. Shame we can't subscribe. Yeah, I'm doing this just for fun. I ended my affiliate agreement some time ago, so you can't subscribe. But you can follow, or you can subscribe to my YouTube if you'd like, and maybe in the future I can become a Twitch partner and then do it a bit more professionally. For now, I'm just doing it for fun. But I'm glad that you can learn things from this. This video will be on YouTube, by the way. You will be able to see it later. Yeah, it's not really amazing. It's just every GM can actually do it if they try hard. Yeah, I mean, if you suck at visualization, same as I do, then the good thing to do is to play blindfold games. For example, you can go to Lichess, put blindfold mode on, and just practice it for like 2 or 3 weeks, and you will see that it will be 10 times better. The only thing you hate about chess calculation. That's the only thing I like about calculation. What's the best way to improve calculation? Practice it daily and use some rules which will help you to understand what to do. Yeah, this king e5 dance. It's in endgames are a world of their own. Chess. Most of the rules which apply in the other aspects of the game don't apply in the endgame. In endgame, yeah. Blindfold is hard, but it will help your visualization and calculation. Okay. Let's go for the next puzzle. What is this one about? We are 4 pawns down, so we have to checkmate our opponent, that's for sure. Candidate moves. Queen h3, bishop f3. In queen h2 we can look at briefly, but he will take rook h5, king g2, and we can't checkmate. What else? Probably nothing else. At least I don't see other candidate move. Queen h3. If he takes, of course, he's getting checkmated. So he has to play f3. And then I don't see what else. Sorry, not what else, but what to do after that. Bishop f3 is more attractive at first, because if some rook e1, he's not in time because of queen h2, king h2, rook h5, king g1, rook h1 checkmate. So he would probably have to defend this threat with h4, but h4 I can take. I didn't see that at first. It's probably relatively easy with bishop f3. Process of elimination should get me the job done here. Process of elimination plus understanding the tactical pattern, because there was no defense against it. This was relatively easy for the first time. No, I'm not good at blindfold chess, even though I've played it, and I can play it, but there are people who are 10 times better than me in that. Yeah, Goreo's footsteps If you follow them, it could be a problem. You're looking at rook e2. First move. Yeah, there are several problems with it, I think. The first one being rook e1, and you can't take the queen because of checkmate. And secondly, even if they take on g5, I don't know what else. Well, like, what do you want? You want here? But even if I take this and sacrifice the queen, I still have so much material. But yeah, rook e1 is the biggest problem. Yeah, that's the biggest problem. I don't know how that is even possible. I wouldn't be able to play 47. Maybe I would be able to play 2 or 3 blindfold games, but not more than that. Okay. This is a weird puzzle. Okay, so our opponent captured something here. They're a piece up for now. There are 2 candidate moves. Takes here and takes here. What's the difference and why? Probably if we take on e4, if d or fe, we can take here, and after bishop e5, queen d5, and we win. But he can probably include knight f3 check, and then if we take with the pawn or with the bishop, he takes here, and he regained the piece, and our king is weak. So this move doesn't look right. d5 looks better, because after bishop e5, knight takes e4, the queen is still hanging. If he takes some bishop h2, king h2, now we're already 2 pieces up, and he can only take one of these. And if after bishop e5, knight e4, he takes with one of these pawns, then we have the old line with queen d5. So this seems like a very easy puzzle, honestly, to me, because you can quite easily understand it. Yeah, it's superhuman. I mean, it's practicing it for quite a long time. You were thinking about bishop h5 and queen h3. No, it's good to think about such motives, but bishop f3 creates a huge threat immediately. It threatens both queen h3 and queen h2 followed by rook h5 in that previous puzzle, so it's you immediately understand that there is no defense, because h4 you just take. Yeah, and this one was relatively easy. It was only one important thing to understand, that this knight f3 exists. Intermezzo with a check, and then our bishop remains closed, so we had to take here. Surprised that this puzzle has such a high rating with 3407. Okay, do we want to search for 1 or 2 more games or more puzzles? I don't know. I'll have to go soon anyway, unfortunately. But yeah, I do hope it was instructive. I guess I will try to play 1 or 2 more games, and then that will be it. Yeah. Tomorrow I'll play Rapid again and stream it, and then the day after tomorrow, I will be playing that thematic Blitz tournament. So I will be streaming the next 2 days, surely. More Blitz, yeah. Do I remember how long it took me from 1500 FIDE to 2000? I mean, I started with 1800 FIDE when I was 9 or 8 or 9 years old. So I was never at 1500. Hello to Nirvan 1983. Yeah. Untitled player from Lithuania joined 2 days ago. Let's play. And after this, I'll end the stream no matter how it is. If my opponent is a legit player, great. If my opponent is by some instance considering that is a new account, you don't know if they're playing fair or not. If they're not playing fair, then at least we got practice against the strongest opposition possible, against Stockfish. I'm not playing against the viewers, sorry, and I will end the stream after this game anyway. Bishop a5. Now the line continues with b4, and after takes there is knight b5. So yeah, this is how they usually play, at least. Maybe I'm not familiar with something here. Because, okay, the old my line is CD4. Okay, d takes C2. No one I should take. Maybe this is some theory I'm not familiar with, but when I get in my knight to d6, I feel like I have achieved quite a lot. Let's go knight d3 to protect d4. Very low chance that a true 2800 would be joining chess.com for the first time 2 days ago. What to do? Like, if they're a legit player, that's great. If they're not a legit player, at least I get a chance to practice against stockfish. At least I will learn something. Okay, queen a5. Bishop b5 seems like a logical move to me now. To try to destroy this knight and get... Considering I have a development lead, I should probably try to open things up here on the queen side as soon as possible. The bishop is of course defended and I want to take. I'm expecting my opponent to take on d2, king d2 and go some, maybe knight a5 or something similar. Okay, goes knight e7, similar story. I think I will go rook b1, rook c1. Knight g5 was an alternative to attack f7, but knight d4 I don't think I should allow. Yeah. Very often in the French you see this type of positions arising where white sacrifices a pawn or two for this initiative with quite a lot of pressure here. Okay, king e7. Hello Vlad Blyatan. I'm doing well, just about to end the stream unfortunately. But what to do? Okay, so now several tempting options. The first one is to take b7. I can also take c8. Knight g5 also seems quite good. So knight c8, rook c8. I take here, then king f8 or king e8, knight g5. Doesn't seem that convincing. I don't really want to take this stupid bishop. But if I don't do that, then I can take b7. Now he can't take it. Well, that's better. We'll go bishop d7, I go knight c5, rook c8. And this I like. Now he can't take because I take here with a check. No, I don't want to try in this position. I think I'm much better here. Squirrel, rook b6 any good? Probably yes. But somehow I want to take the pawn immediately. Rook b6 was... I mean, I did see it, but I just thought maybe I should take the pawn immediately. But yeah, considering I took the pawn immediately, I gave him some counterplay. There. I'm gonna have to speed up also. Let's try to take this a6 pawn. Because if he takes 6, goes rook a8, I will go knight c5, rook a3, rook b7. Maybe I can go rook b6, there's knight a5, so let's follow the original plan. But maybe he'll have rook a7 after this. Yeah, that's a problem. I didn't see that. That's a problem, I didn't see rook a7. My opponent's giving a check first, probably also reasonable. Now they will go rook a7, I suppose. Still, if anyone's buried in this position, it should be white because of the knight against the bishop and the more space here. But yeah, I should have done something differently several moves ago. My opponent has offered me draw at least 6 times in this game. usually not allowed, but in online chess it's very allowed. My opponent wants to go here and take the pawn, and because of that I will go with the king to e3 to hold it. If my opponent will be burning quite a lot of time, then I might have chances in the time scramble to win. Let's go f4, seize more space. Maybe g4 also, and h4 will be some of my next moves. Knight on c5, I'm not sure if it's doing too much, at least now. Because it doesn't, when the pawns were here, the knight was great on c5. Yeah, but now it's not doing all that much. So I'll try to bring it somewhere on this side of the board. Where's this bishop gonna go to c4? That one I probably don't want to take, so I won't. I will just play h3 and maybe g4. Here, what's that about? Knight f3. Oh, we almost played knight f3. It'd be a nice checkmate. Go this knight f3. Now after knight d1 I can go to d2, and that should be fine. It goes there. I will go g4 now, because after takes, I will at least have some f5 ideas in the air. My opponent's getting down on the clock. I can go knight g5 now or knight g1. I can even take. What's best? Let's go knight g1. Let's see what my opponent does. He takes it. I will also take. Let's go knight g2, knight e3. From e3, the knight has some nice controls over has some nice control over all of these squares, and now I can go f5 and knight g5 maybe, or even g5. Let's go g5. I'm not sure if that move is so great, but I want f6. Now I want to definitely take with this pawn and go knight e5, because now I want to have a good knight against a bad bishop. Oh, now I'll take f7. Now it's totally winning. Yeah, and my opponent collapsed in time scramble. So I will win this game. Strange game. Yeah, knight d1 mate would be nasty had I blundered that one. Yeah, as far as I know, this whole line is not supposed to be all that great for black. I don't know theory that well here, but yeah, king e7. Maybe rook b6, as you said, squirrel. That was quite good. And here, I guess it's equal, but still it's long. It should be long suffering for black, because no matter the engine keeps zeros, still it's there is potential because I have more space and the knight against the bishop. Yeah, g5 was best. He was supposed to take on f5, but still, then that makes the d5 pawn weaker, and after knight f5 he has to go to f8 to protect g7, and yeah, here it's already quite nasty. Okay, with this, I'm going to end the stream. I'll put this video on YouTube. And yeah, I guess see you guys tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Is king e3 a human move? I don't know. I really have to go now. Let me just find someone to raid you to, and then I will come. Okay. Let's create a raid. Yeah, have a nice day. Pozdrav Krot Denny. Pozdrav iz Zagreba. Okay, and yeah, have a great day. Subscribe to my YouTube if you want to see. I mean, you don't have to subscribe, but you can catch up all the videos there. And yeah, what to say. Bye bye.